Stay with me as I show you how you can easily solve this problem. Okay, all right, so this is a logic expression problem that is gotten from IGCSE Computer Science, Cambridge, and that is for February March 2025, paper 2-2. So here is the question number 9, and it says consider this logic expression, and here is the expression. And our job is to draw a logic circuit for this logic expression. Each logic gate must have a maximum of 2 inputs. Do not simplify the logic expression. So do not change this. Draw it the way it is. So as the case is, you usually would start from the bracket. So okay, start with those that are inside of the bracket and then you work your way out. All right. To achieve this, I'm going to use the logic simulator to help us draw this, but for your sake, of course, in the exams you're going to draw it on paper, so I'm just doing this just to make it smoother for us to understand. Okay, so I clicked on try online, and then here we are. I've used this in a couple of my videos. Now, from my record, over 90% of you who watch my videos are not subscribers, and that is a staggering figure. So I want to use this opportunity to remind you to subscribe, like, share, hit the notification button, and even comment. That way this video gets to as many persons as possible, and we are encouraged to do more. Now, have you done that? Thank you. Let's continue. So you can check them out. I think I'll drop the link in the description box below. Okay, so here it is. So we're supposed to draw this. Okay, so here we are. I've placed this side by side so that the drawing will be a lot smoother for us. Okay, so like I said, you start from the inside. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to get some labels to try to recreate this very space we have here. Okay, so here we have them A, B, and C. So we'll start from the bracket. Okay, you can choose to start from this bracket or this bracket. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so here I'm starting from this bracket. Okay, from the bracket at the left hand side, A, NAND, B. Okay, so this is A. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to look for the NAND gate. Of course, the NAND gate is this one, the one that looks like the AND gate with the sign of inversion. Okay, so I'm going to drop this here. Okay, so there's something else I didn't add. I'm going to get a switch just to represent A. Okay, so this is the B input and that is the C input. Yeah, so so here is what goes in as the A, and then the B goes in. So this is the shape you're supposed to draw here, connected A and B. Okay, all right, so now let's go to this very bracket. Again, we need to deal with the inside of the bracket. So first of all, you go for not B. Okay, so you get your inversion, which is your NOT gate. This is your NOT gate, and then you drop it there. Then you put the inputs here. Okay, and then so this here becomes the NOT B. Then you now need your NAND gate again. So you get your NAND gate. That's your NAND gate, and then you put C into it. So C into it. Okay, so this very area is where you can increase the number of inputs if you want, but as per instructions, we're supposed to use maximum of 2 inputs only. So for this level, so we're only dealing with 2 inputs only, so there's no need to increase this. Yeah, okay, so I'm going to close it. So here we are. So we have done, so this is not B and C, this is not B and C. Remember, this is not B, and then this is the NAND gate. Okay, connecting both them. All right, so we are almost at the end of this thing now. So the next thing is for us to do is to now NOT the result. So we need to NOT this by getting the NOT gate, and then we can NOT this, and then finally we need to S all the both of the result, both of the output this, and then the final output there. We need to get the exclusive OR gate. Okay, so where are you? You are here. Okay, so let me take this out. Good. So we have the exclusive OR gate there. You connect this to one input and then this to the other input. So that's what your diagram should look like. So you're supposed to draw this here, preferably using a pencil. Okay. So and that will be the final output Z. So if you've done it the way that I've done it, then you should have had your 5 marks in the bag. Congratulations. So the next part of the problem is yeah, this one. So they say complete the truth table from the given logic expression. So we're using this logic expression to complete the truth table. Okay, I'm going to take this out because we don't need it. Although you can even easily find the result from here. Yeah, but of course, you know, we're not going to use this in the exam, of course. So, but let me just show you how you can just complete this output, and then I will try to solve it manually to see if we're going to have the same result. Yeah. Okay. So let's do that. So to easily do this, we would need, let me zoom out a bit. So we're going to need the light bulb to act as the output. Yeah. Okay. So let me take this back and drop the light bulb there and connect the light bulb. So this is a very simple exercise. So you can see here is 0, 0, 0. You can see that this is 1. Yeah. So I don't know, should I write? Okay, let me write. Where's my pen? Okay, there you are. So this is 1. Yeah, it's on, it's 1. So here is 0, 0, 1. So this should be 1 on. This is off, so this should be 0. Again, 0, 1, 0. So this is off and this is on, right? So this is 1. Okay, 0, 1, 1. So we'll turn this on. You see, still on. So this is 1. We will confirm this when we're doing it manually. Okay. All right. I'm just doing this as an exercise to show you how you can play around with this thing using this very simple simulator. So this is 1, 0, 0. Okay, 0, 0. And then 1. Yeah. So you see, still on. That's 1. Then you have 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1. So this should be 0, and then this should be 1. Okay, yeah, young man, get away. Okay, so there we have it, 1, 0, 1. So this is 0. Okay, so it's off, and then 1, 1, 0. So 1, 1, 0. So this should be 0, and this should be 1. It's on, so it's 0, and then 1, 1, 1. So turn this on, it's still 0. So this is how you can easily use this very simulator to complete this exercise. Now, remember, in the exam, you're not going to have this. So we need to practically do this manually. Yeah. So let me walk you through it. So I am going to select this first. So we'll do them bit by bit. So first thing first, we want to, maybe I should start from here. Let me start from this. And it doesn't matter where you start from, but I just want to start from here. Maybe I will explain later. Okay. All right. So this is what I want to do. I'm going to get the text box and I'm just going to drop this here. Yeah. So this is maybe I need to reduce this a bit. Became quite big. Let me reduce the font. Yeah. A little more. Okay, good. And then the next one. So I'm just going to draw a line here. Sorry. Let me just draw a line across. Sorry, it's not the best of lines. Yeah. Okay. So the next part is why I get to not the result. Okay, why I get to not the result. Let me also get this text. Yeah. I'm gonna get the text box. Yeah. Yeah. So just trying to not the whole thing. Yeah. Okay. So ideally, well, we can choose to remove this bracket here. It's not important anymore. Okay, I'm gonna draw it again. There we are. Okay, again, not the best of lines, but it serves its purpose. Yeah. So we're done with this part. Now the next thing we need to NAND this. Okay. So we need to get this as the NAND, and then I'll get the text box. Then I'll be here. Then I'll paste it. Good. And then, well, practically you don't need this one. Okay, so we're good. Now this one becomes the last result. Yeah, become the exclusive of of exclusive or of this and that. So that is the reason I started with this one, so that this can be closer for me to just look at them, get my drawings done. Aha, there's one thing that we missed. Oh my god, I want us to do the not b first. Okay, let's do the not b first. Okay, so to do that, let me draw another line here. Then I can send this way. Yeah, send this way. So you basically get it, huh? So this is the one here, please. Sorry. And then I'll take this here, and then the last one would be, the first one will now be not B, yeah, so that we can see it clearly and work it out individually, okay, so that it doesn't get too complex for us to start making mistakes. Okay, so let's get it done. So not B, that means we inverse everything here. So this will be 1, this will be 1, this will be 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0. Yeah, okay. So now we need to do not be NAND C. So remember that the NAND gate is an inversed AND gate. Okay, so you AND the operation first before you not it. Okay, so we're now dealing with just this and that. Yeah, so you see that way it becomes easier for us. Okay, so 0 and 1 is supposed to be 0, but when you NAND it, you're going to have 1. You understand? 1 and 1 is 1. You not it, sorry, becomes 0. 0 and 0 is 0. When you not it, it becomes 1. 1 and 0 is 0. When you not it, becomes 1. 0 and 1, 0, not 1. 1, 1, 1, not 0. 0 and 0, 0. When you not, becomes 1. 1 and 0, 0. When you not, it becomes 1. So please double check. This is very important. So let me quickly just do that in my head. Okay, so I think we're good to go. So I hope you also did it in your head. Yeah. Okay. So let's do this part. So we now have this, and then we now need to not the result of this. Yeah, that is why we have the not there. Okay, so this becomes 0, 1, 0, 0, 0. Forgive my 0, please. It's not looking like the best 0 on the planet. Okay. All right. So I think we're good. Please double check. Double check. Very, very important. Double check. Okay, good. So now we're dealing with A and B. So we're dealing with this other part of the expression. Yeah. A and B. So this is AB. So remember the same thing occurs here, where you will AND first and then you not later. You don't not first before you AND. You AND first and then you not. Okay. All right. So 0 and 0 is 0. You not becomes 1. 0 and 0, 0. You not becomes 1. 0 and 1, 0. You not becomes 1. 0 and 1, 0. You not becomes 1. 1 and 0, 0. You not becomes 1. 1 and 0, 0. You not becomes 1. 1 and 1, 1. You not become 0. 1 and 1 not 0. You not become yes, it becomes 0. Yes. I was there. Yeah. Okay, so we're good. Now let's confirm if our result is correct based on what we did here. Okay, so remember, you're not going to have this privilege. You have to do it manually. Okay, I just did that for illustration's sake. Okay, so what we have left is to to do an exclusive OR of the final result, so which is this and that. Okay, now the idea behind the exclusive OR is this. Okay, so here is the exclusive OR. Wait, and let me use a light bulb and switch. Good. Now the idea is that if this is, you can see both of them are off. That means the number of one is 0. There's no one. And 0 is an even number, so it stayed off. But once the number of 1 becomes an odd number, it goes on. Now, the same thing here. If it is just one on, you see, it's on. If both of them are on, that means the number of ons, that is the number of ones, is now 2. So since 2 is an odd number, it goes off. Okay. So if we choose to increase this to 3 inputs, and then we put another input there, you can see now that the number, you see, is still off, right? Now let's make this on so that the number of on is now 3, right? And 3 is an odd number, so you see that's turned on. So that's the way it works. So if you turn any of them off, once the number of on is an even number, it will stay off. I hope this is clear, right? So if only one of them is on, it will remain on. Okay, so I hope this point is clear. Okay, so let's go back to do it. So again, this is 0, this is 1. So the number of 1 here is 1. So 1 is an odd number, that's why it's on. And then this 1, there are 2 ones here. 2 is an even number, that's why it's off. 0, 1, odd number, on. 0, 1, odd number, on. 0, 1, odd number, on. 1, 1, even number, 2, off. 0, 0, even number, off. 0, 0, even number, off. Okay, so that's how you solve this problem. Now, if you've done this like we have, that means you have 9 points in the bag already. I believe this very video was instructive and beneficial to you. Now, if you believe so as well, why don't you hit the like button and subscribe, share, and do also comment, okay? That way this video gets to as many persons as possible. Thank you very much. I'll catch you guys again in the next video. Bye for now.